The signal's coming from a cast-off backpack.
That's concerning.
I'm close, but I can't see her. She's here. I found her.
What's her condition?
Merritt! Merritt! Merritt, wake up. Wake up. Do you hear me?
Dr. Merritt?
No. No vital functions.
What's going
I need
on?
to. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Nothing. 1, 2. Don't do this to me, Merritt. Don't. Please. Live, damn it. Merritt. Breathe. I beg you.
Doctor. Yasna.
No.
That's enough. Enough.
Merritt. Astrogator. She's...
I know. Doctor. Yasna. We have to find the others.
Please give me a minute.
Of course.
Everything will be fine. All fine. Koval's next.
Yes, I think so. You should be close.
Do you think Koval?
Let's not assume the worst. You'll find the doctor alive. I'm sure about that.
Someone's here. Oh no.
Yasna, status. Yasna!
He's also not moving. Koval? Don't do this to me. Not... You're alive! Did you hear that, sir? Koval's alive.
I didn't doubt it for a second, Doctor. What's his current state?
Checking. Parameters normal, yet he's completely unresponsive. Koval? Koval! His eyes are so empty. Just like Krauter's. Koval! What the hell is wrong with you?
Are all the symptoms the same as Dr. Krauter's?
He's calm. Calmer.
Well, at least he's alive. Now listen to me, Yasna. The lander is on its way, but before you get Dr. Koval on board, I want you to do something. Yasna.
I'm listening.
Please look around for his journal.
It's everywhere. In pieces.
Not good. Koval was in radio contact with Dr. Gorski.
Taking notes.
That's exactly why it's so important. These notes may help us find our man.
I'll go over them, but it may take a while. Huh.
Have you found it?
No, it's, nothing about Dr. Gorski. Found them. Surprisingly accurate. He wrote down Gorski's every step.
Great. Let's get Koval to the evacuation area. Can you carry him, Doctor?
Won't be pretty hard in 1G. But the gravity here should make things a tad easier. Got him.
The Underworld with Krauter is also on its way to the site. You'll need shortly.
The lander's already descending. Koval, look over there. You'll be on Dragonfly in a moment. Safe and sound. Well, safe.
Did he react?
Not at all.
What could have led to all this? Krauter, being married, now Koval, an unprecedented degradation of equipment, recurring connectivity issues. It all has to be related somehow. On the other hand, how could it be? There's not much on this planet. Primitive life forms in the ocean, metal deposits in the ground. Although the latter got Dr. Gorski's interest for some reason.
It's crazy how everything's falling apart here. I don't know. Maybe we're dealing with some kind of anomaly. An atmospheric or magnetic phenomenon.
Wouldn't something like that show on the charts? All those measurements Gorski took?
I remember. Maybe he made a mistake. See you up there. Only Gorski's left. We might have made it quite far.
Agreed. Everything points to it.
I don't know how long I'll be looking for him. It might take hours before I come back.
We also don't know Gorski's condition, nor what he's going through.
I'll go back for Marit's body first. Take her to the lander.
But Yasna, Dr. Marit is already gone. What if we also lose Gorski?
I've made up my mind, Astrogator. I can't leave her like this. I'm still here, if you're wondering.
Yes, sir. Come in. How are you feeling?
How do you think, sir? I'm managing. Somehow.
Forgive me, but I need to know if you're ready to continue your mission.
Ready? Well, I don't think we have much choice in the matter. There's only one way forward.
I've served with Dr. Merritt for over 2 decades. She's made of sterner stuff. Sternest. Many of us relied on her. I did.
Did you know that headquarters offered her a promotion? She would have been the first female astrogator in the history of the Commonwealth.
I had no idea.
Doesn't matter anymore, really.
Not entirely. Merritt will be awarded posthumously.
I'm taking you at your word, astrogator. This could pave the way for others. And that's what she would have cared about the most.
No doubt about it.
Please take good care of her.
Of course. Dr. Gorski's next. Let's hope he got out of danger in time.
It would be good to know what kind of danger we're talking about.
Status?
Nothing's changed, astrogator.
Understood.
I'm leaving the excavation site. How did he come down? I've got Gorski's signal.
So soon? It's unlikely to be him.
Then who?
Not who, but what. It's weird. Dr. Gorski hardly ever parted with it.
With what? You're talking about the teleprobe.
Yes.
I located the probe. It's lying on the ground. Inactive.
Can't be completely broken if you picked up a signal. I'd say it's running in safe mode. Please try to power it on.
Do we have time for this?
It's for a good reason, Doctor. The probe could prove useful in the search. And besides, you'll see.
Okay. I'm opening the probe. Turning the systems on.
No, stop. Wait. for my instructions. There's a button on the left side of the fuse box. Hold it, and then turn the dial again. Now go ahead.
Slide records?
Correct.
I didn't know we had access to them.
You couldn't have known. This is not standard procedure. But as they say, extremis malice, extrema remedia.
Let's take a look. A photo of the first days on the surface. They started exploring the littoral zone almost immediately.
They reported as much. Wasn't until the fourth day the comms failed.
I recognize these structures. This is where they began to dig. Hours passed. 3 crew members are still there. Dr. Gorski must have left already.
We lost contact shortly thereafter.
The probe followed him, and he followed the detector's readings.
Going after those metal structures.
Yes, that's what I meant.
What's next?
Last slide. There's mostly noise.
Nothing in particular stands out to you, Doctor? They were digging and suddenly, poof, people are dead?
No need to shout, Astrogator. I'm just letting you know what I see. That's all. Hang on. An absurdly high electromagnetic field reading.
That's something. Sort of. What are the earlier readings?
Checking. Still high in the slide just before. And earlier, quite normal. It happened in a matter of seconds. But there's nothing except dunes. Sand, a few rocks, a shadow.
Shadow?
Another sandstorm, I guess.
All right, Doctor. Let's move on. You may turn on the fuses now. We'll take the probe with us. Good. I've got it on my radar. Now I can give commands to the probe. And? What do you see? Is it working correctly?
If you run it on manual steering, sir, then it works just fine.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You have a keen eye. I'll put it in auto mode. From now on, it will follow you, Doctor.
Oh, it'd be nice to have some company. I mean, apart from yours, sir.
1 second. That's odd. There's no data in the probe's memory. No ID, no nothing. Do you want to give it a new ID? Name it, basically. After all, it'll be with you for a while. So, what's it going to be?
Huh. A name for the teleprobe. All right. I can think of something.
Copy that. I'm listening.
Please enter Luna. L-U-N-A.
Done. Now, a few more tweaks, and you'll have a flying measurement center at your disposal.
see these metal structures anywhere.
The only surface structure reported was from the excavation area. The rest is underground. Please explore the area thoroughly. Just do as Dr. Gorski. Use the detector.
The detector's measurement is very clear. I'm going straight on.
No crossroads? Branches?
Not yet. Just one thick, tangled vein.
Status? What's new?
Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you.
The probe detected something.
I see that in the readings. What is it exactly?
Well, the structure from the notes, it fits the description perfectly. Well done, Luna. I knew I could count on you.
Well, we didn't bring it to the surface for no reason. Even in the first stage procedure.
And now I'm going to apply for my own.
As soon as you find Dr. Gorski, I'll see to it myself. All right. How about that point? What does it look like?
The next point, the third one, is a metal bundle running along the bottom of some water reservoir.
Interesting. An object as such should be easy to locate.
Hey, Luna. Water was mentioned in the note, around the third point, and I have a matching object here.
All right. So how many are left?
2 points, or at least that's what he told Koval. What he did next, it's hard to assess.
But the battery in the detector lasts for only a few hours, so he couldn't have gone much further.
The fourth point is a structure that fills a rock massive, on top of which he found surface structures.
Sounds like a crucial node in this whole system.
Gotcha. I found his tracks. Finally, some tangible evidence that he was going this way.
Ah, good. It's downhill all the way, Doctor.
I wouldn't be so sure, Astrogator. The next point is at a height of approximately 100 meters. Definitely uphill. I think we have the fourth point. I confirm. It's the fourth one. I see our flag. I think I'll catch up with Dr. Gorski on the other side.
Well, that wouldn't be such a bad scenario, right?
Of course not. Though I wouldn't mind if we bumped into each other before the climb. The structures undergo noticeable changes here. If it keeps growing at this rate, I don't know what I'll find at the end.
What kind of growth are you talking about, Doctor? Depth, width, complexity level?
In every aspect.
Interesting. Do you think these veins lead somewhere? To something?
I'm leaning more and more towards that conclusion. But I can't tell what we might expect at the end, if it ends at all. The land is departing.
Yes, they're on their way. Thank you for your assistance. Without your help, it would have taken much longer.
What's the plan for the second flight? The same place?
That would work best. Certain, proven. When you and Dr. Gorski come back, I'll send the lander right away.
Whoa, hey! Easy there. I've reached the top. The doctor discovered something new from here. Something he called bushes.
Huh. I've heard that term before.
In their conversations between Koval and Gorski.
No, Jasna. You're the one who reported it to me. Right after you landed.
Seriously? Well, I don't see anything like it now, sir. Wait. Koval noted down the parameters. Azimuth 350. Distance 200 meters.
Copy that. I'm sending the probe.
Got it. I see the bushes.
And the doctor?
Hard to tell. Visibility is poor. It's gonna be harder than before. I don't know how the doctor...
When it comes to finding a safe route, there won't be a problem. But you'll have to get there on your own 2 feet.
I suppose the probe will carry out the first task. It's capable yet?
Of course. I set the environment analysis mode. The probe will calculate the best route between your location and your destination. It'll guide you along the defined path. The calculations will only take a moment.
Hi, Luna. Lead the way. I must say, it's a clever device, this probe of ours. Hey, could it fly for this long?
Yes. Longer than you can stand on your feet.
Sounds like the perfect research unit. Maybe even better than a human.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Of course, I wasn't being serious. However helpful they may be, they're still just tools in the hand of man, often faulty. Oh, we have a problem.
Something serious?
I already mentioned the faulty machines, right? Well, the route determined by the algorithm goes over a chasm.
I can repeat the command.
No. I'll go around.
Unfortunately, this is an outdated model. Such mistakes are inevitable. But the perception module itself has already been greatly improved. Its accuracy increases exponentially.
Exponentially? Can you imagine us, proteinaceous creatures, developing so quickly, sir?
No, not in the course of evolution. You can't perfect a person like that.
That's right, you can't. We wait thousands of years for visible changes.
Oh, have you started to fear for your position?
Maybe they can be improved rapidly, but these are only selected modules. Algorithms. There's still a long way to go to develop an artificial brain that would even slightly reflect the complexity of the human one.
Yes, we probably won't live to see that.
Probably not. Besides, no intelligent machine would take this job. Shh. Astrogator, can you hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
That's the point. Nothing. Silence. We're talking about robots, and Dr. Gorski still hasn't spoken on the channel.
Well, then, he must be a long way from here.
Dr. Gorski, are you here somewhere? These bushes are kind of weird.
You better stay away, Doctor. I'd like a brief description. Just keep a distance.
Allow me to use the language I would use to describe living forms, sir.
Of course.
So they look like pituitary, brush-like formations. They're high, more or less, from 1 to several meters. They can be singular, though in some locations they create a uniform thicket that covers the walls of the ravine in a rusty brush-like layer. They grow out of cracks in the bare rock. That's how it looks, to put it briefly.
Would you also venture to guess their significance? Some function, purpose?
Staying on the topic of biological analogies, these bushes remind me of corals, in a purely visual category, because they're far from marine organisms. So I would guess that these are colonial structures, perhaps rock-forming ones. However, their main structure has nothing to do with corals. No noticeable mesenchymal tissues, no nidocyst, matocyst, or spirocyst. No visible oral discs.
Yeah, all right, Doctor. I didn't ask for a marine biology lecture.
Astrogator, Gorski's not here. I'm afraid he continued to explore. And if he went where I think he did, he might have lost contact with the camp as well as Dragonfly.
So we will most likely lose contact too.
Possibly. Well, there's only one way to be certain. It's your decision, sir.
Please continue your search. We have to find him.
That's the unwritten rule, isn't it? Under no circumstances do we leave anyone behind.
That's right, Doctor. You can lose everything else, but your hopper's stopped. I'm going.
The line's breaking up, but I understood. I'll let you know, sir, when I come out of the tunnel. Roger that.
Altitude 5,000. Ignition 10%. I record data dropout, but otherwise still looking good. Entering final descent.
Copy. Entering final. Hopper has landed. I repeat, Hopper has landed. Astrogator, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Any side effects? Landing wasn't too hard on you?
All good. Spine still in one piece. No signs of overstrain. Not even shortness of breath.
Perfect. Hopefully the hike to camp goes just as smoothly.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%. The dust has already settled. I've located the second lander. Our people are still on this planet.
Ah, very good. I was afraid they might try to fly off, which wouldn't be the best idea given the loss of communication with Dragonfly.
Sir, something's wrong.
What is it?
The hatch is half open. Did they report hydraulics failure?
How should I know? You were the last person in contact with the crew, Doctor.
Right. I'm inside.
And? How is it?
For now, we have to assume that we are left with only one lander.
Is it that bad?
You don't need to be a technician to see that Beetle's lost its buzz.
That's unfortunate. I'm taking Hopper out of here. I'll send it directly to the camp as soon as we find a suitable landing zone.
We've gotten out of worse than this. Equipment breaks from time to time, that's normal. But now,
Go ahead. What's bothering you?
this lack of communication. It takes too long. Especially considering there's a cyberneticist amongst them.
Yes, it worries me too. Yes, no? Everything's all right?
Yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something,
I'll report it. No worries, sir. Whoa. Damn. You were right, Cobble. It's beautiful here. I have an object in sight. This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
meaning... Oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah. They stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Copy that. Heading east. Stop for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
I found a cigarette butt and a pack. Someone was smoking here.
So, they didn't give a damn about the regulations.
disrupting the ecosystem.
No, that's not the point. I understand you want to minimize the effects of our interference here, Doctor, but the mission's safety is at stake. I don't think I have to explain to you the dangers of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Preserving the integrity of Regis 3's already extinct ecosystem is not a priority in this scenario. Negligible, actually.
Security procedures exist for humans. The rule of integrity is for the sake of everything alien to us. We shouldn't place one above the other.
You're saying, Yasna, the mission and the safety of our people have the highest priority. Always.
Always? Are we really that self-righteous?
Of course, Doctor. We must be the most important to ourselves. And they must be the most important to themselves, whoever they will be. In the end, the strongest will survive. Isn't that how evolution works?
Not in a biological sense, Astrogator. Besides, I'm not convinced if we should interfere with everything alien to us just because we can.
Doctor, interference is at the heart of human nature. Man would still be a monkey if he'd only looked at trees instead of cutting them down.
Yes, we have a nasty nature. I can't argue with that. Can you please confirm that I'm on the correct route?
Yes, I confirm. This rate will reach the camp within an hour.
Passage.
Excellent. Please speed ahead. We still have a long way to go.
Well then, you should save your breath, Astrogator. Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some spiky metal growths.
Artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
I feel nauseous. Suddenly. That's not it. I feel darkness. Hang on. Are you there? Over. I guess that's a no.
I'm back.
Is everything all right?
Yes, all good. They're already in the infirmary on life support. You found them in time.
May I ask? What did he do with Merritt?
I placed her body in a cryo chamber so that her family can say goodbye.
Thank you.
Please, don't thank me. It was the least I could do for her.
Guess I know where Gorska was going. I confirm, Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't he yet? Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. When it comes to Merritt, are you going to use a grave tapper?
Yes, I'm considering that as a possibility. And what is your opinion? Should we look into our brain?
The more we know, the better chance we have to help others. Merritt would have been happy to know that even in death,
Just that report.
one sec. Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
Not at all.
What do you mean?
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
Can you go back?
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight? No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
I can just jump off.
Is that safe?
A substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking, if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything,
Yeah, we don't know that yet. He could keep going even with injuries.
all right, so do you have another idea? Oh, will I be hanging like this until the end of time itself?
There is a certain possibility, or rather uncertain, but maybe it's worth trying.
I'm listening.
Can you see the probe?
Yes. It's flying near me.
Good. If I instructed it to fly as close as possible to you, you could grab onto it.
You sure it will hold me?
That I cannot guarantee.
All right, let's give it a try.
I'm entering the instruction. You must guide me.
1 meter forward. It's still too far.
I'll try 1 more meter then.
You could say so. I fell from a lower height. It was a soft landing, though.
We had our last contact with Regis a few minutes after noon. Even then, Dr. Gorski was walking alone. Communications blew up shortly before he got here. He didn't take a tent. Anyway, what's the idea of doing it alone? I hope he has a good reason.
Damn. This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on this planet, this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that...
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet. Dr. Gorski set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. This place. Gorski may have lost himself in his discovery.
Are you joking, Doctor? Lost himself, Gorski. He may not have respect for the unknown, but he has his feet firmly on the ground.
I think he must have discovered something. And since he suffers from excessive ambition, he's capable of stupid acts in the name of a breakthrough.
Well, I admit, that sounds more like him. You must trace his steps, Doctor.
I'm working on it. Are you receiving a signal?
What signal?
From Dr. Gorski.
No. Why are you asking?
He tried to open up a connection, set up a transmitter.
There's nothing on the comms, but I'll check the record history. Please give me a moment.
The height of the entire complex is over 100 meters, even 150.
And all made of this metal?
To a significant degree. If something were to live here,
Yes?
it would have to be very small, like insects. On the other hand, there's no flora around to support such organisms. Left or right? All right. I'll squeeze through the passage.
2 more hours.
Huh?
That's all Gorski has left of oxygen, at best.
And at worst?
He's just finishing it up. Though it all depends on his activity.
If I remember correctly, the atmosphere here is breathable.
Basically, yes. Dr. Krauter, however, warned that the methane content...
I know. But the effects won't be immediate. That gives us a few extra hours. These constructions don't have a clear division into functions. They're huge, complicated, and uniform at the same time.
Do you have any idea where all this could have come from? I'm aware without tests you can't do much. But let's say on first inspection.
It's hard for me to imagine that any biological forms could survive here. The interiors of these structures are filled to the brim with wires and rods. So maybe this metal builds up somehow, by itself.
Oh. You've already said something similar before. Just after landing, when you found those bushes.
Yes, right.
How's the terrain? Those structures, are they still everywhere?
Yep, wherever I look, there's metal. I can't tell if any of this could be part of a machine. Really wish we found Gorski already. No point in going back this way. Ah, I see the probe. Is everything all right with it?
Not quite. The overload protection is activated. Until I do a reset, it's on manual control.
Is it because of my flight?
It's possible, but please don't worry about it. What matters is that you're fine.
Wouldn't it be better if I helped you? I can close it manually, after all.
I need some directions first, and to bring it to you.
No problem. I'm on it.
First, let's find a place where I can land it. Otherwise, you won't be able to help me, Doctor.
There. I found the right place.
All right, then. I'm waiting for instructions.
Let's see. Rotate the probe 120 degrees. Okay, now. Please rotate the probe 40 degrees. "13 meters forward. Stop! "60 degrees to the right and 5 meters forward. And another 15 degrees to the right. 2 meters forward. land! Oh, don't be angry.
It's not anger, it's a warning sign.
I know. You're welcome, Luna. It's a bit like Pando.
In what? What you're talking about?
A colony of populous tremoloids. American aspen. The new trees grow not from seeds, but from root suckers of old trees. As a result, it's one giant organism, thousands of years old.
So you're in a dead metal forest.
That does sound bizarre. Though maybe.
Doctor, something has been recorded after all. But there are plenty of errors in the transmission header. It's hard to say whether this is a message from Gorski.
Well then, sir, play it. Maybe we'll finally find out what's going on with the doctor.
Let's hope so.
Gorski to base. I repeat, this is Gorski. Base, come in.
No doubt, it's him. Now let's keep listening. But as soon as you report anything, Doctor, I'll stop the recording.
Bugger. No confirmation again. I report, I've made an amazing discovery. Geometric structures that appear to push pointed rods and slats. Mostly iron, but not only. Molybdenum, carbon, tungsten. All together similar to a giant integrated circuit. A million swarm of tangled cables. Not a trace of electric current, polarity, not even residual magnetism. Maybe once upon a time, centuries ago, petawatts or exawatts of power flowed this way. To compare with something, it's probably a machine. Some kind of information collective structure. Maybe it was some kind of electronic brain. It makes me think of the Lyrans, a race of extinct sentient beings. Supposedly, they knew about light astrogation before we invented the wheel. They had to save themselves from the explosion of Nova. They sent ships. The remains of those ships have been found lashed to a chip glued together. I've seen hypothetical schematics. The structures here remind me of those. Okay, moving on. Readings.
Well, that's it. What follows is just a humming noise. Any thoughts, Doctor?
So far, it all leads to one conclusion. This is not a place for a man. Nor for any humanoids.
Then who is it for?
Maybe it's really an alien technology. Those Lyrans.
As far as I know, all information about the Lyran civilization is just guesswork. Many consider Lyrans to be just a myth, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Well, I think there might be something to it.
By the way, you were right, Doctor. Gorski did lose himself in his discovery, in spite of everything.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken. This is starting to look like a deliberate diversion to me.
You may be right. The question is, who's behind all these disruptive activities?
That I don't know, sir. This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're going to take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
There are more traces, this time handprints, and a drop detector.
What? Did I hear you right?
Yes, sir, you heard correctly. I'm afraid we must be ready for any eventuality.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean we should assume the worst. I still believe you'll find him, Doctor.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
I found something. Again.
I'm listening.
More of the same stuff. Gorski's things. More traces. Fine. Actions devoid of logic.
Back in the camp, you reported Merritt's abandoned things.
A backpack and a journal, yes. This scene looks disturbingly similar. No one of sound mind would decide to go down this way. And yet Gorski... Ouch!
Yasna, what is it?
I took a shortcut.
On purpose?
Not really. step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Time seems to be slipping through my fingers like sand. So much sand.
You sound tired, Yasna.
Because I am tired, Astrogator. Finally! I have his position. Not yet. Gorski, are you here? It's me, Yasna.
Still nothing.
Yeah. I found his backpack. You know what that means, sir?
Yes, he's without oxygen. We must hurry.
Oh, there he is. I see him. He's lying in a sinkhole. Doctor, answer me, please. Almost there. Got him. He's not moving. Gorski! Gorski! Look at me! His eyes are closed.
Is he breathing?
He's alive, but barely.
Did he react in any way?
No reaction. He seems unconscious. Gorski! Come on!
Calm down, Doctor. Get him out of there. The probe's already looking for an addict.
Okay, let me just... I'm pulling him out. Done. He's out. I activated his SOS. You should pick up a transmission with his parameters, sir. Well?
No, nothing. The transmitter in the suit must be too weak.
Should I retrieve his booster from the backpack?
No point. Better to set up a relay. We have to do it anyway so that Hopper can land in this maze. Have a preliminary scan of your surroundings. There's an open area nearby. You have to move Gorski there. The probe will guide you.
But he's not stable. I must share my oxygen with him, Astrogator.
You need a spare for that. The protocol doesn't provide for connecting two suits at the same time.
In that case, I'll give him my tank.
Negative. I went well, Yasna. If you faint, the doctor won't carry you.
The membrane looks intact.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
In the lander, my friend. I'll hook you up in the lander.
I still can't hear you, Doctor.
It's nothing, Astrogator. Only static.
Are you out in the open already?
Sort of. Yes.
Once you set up the transmitter, I should start. There it is. Pulse, heart rate, saturation, almost within the range. Now, mark the thing. What was that?
I don't know. Everything is shaking. No! No! I caught the probe. I'm... Fuck! I'm flying. What? What was that? Astrogator, I'm underground. It's hard to determine my exact location. Novik, do you copy? Base, come in. I'm sending an SOS. Anyone, please. Okay. Stay calm. Just keep it together. Heartbeat's racing. But saturation hasn't dropped below the tissue norm. Not yet, at least. Deposit of water, probably unsafe for consumption. Shit! Meteoric waters. No, too deep. Scary terrain. Poor visibility. Considering all factors, situation hopeless. At least I got flares. Oh, come on. Gotta be kidding me. Okay. Careful. No! Fucking great. I can't. I just. Can't. I'm pretty much fucked. That's my considered opinion. Fucked. Novik? If the radio is still receiving. Oh, there's hope. I can't be too far underground. I need to act fast. I hear you. But you don't. Apparently. Oh, bollocks. I think I preferred it the other way round. Okay. I'm coming to you, Astrogator. Astrogator. Astrogator? Still nothing. I used to find all the reporting annoying. But the silence is even worse. Dark thoughts creep in. Dr. Gorski may already be dead. Something attacked me. And it could have got to him too. I hope you're monitoring his vitals, Astrogator. And we'll come back for him. Unless I die here. I think it's his way. I can't stop. Did you really say that? I think I'm starting to freak out. I've had enough. Just enough. Okay, forward. Faster. We're racing against time, Yasna. We're fighting for our lives. Enough of this nonsense. I can't keep fighting. Your timing is perfect, as usual. Any more advice? I thought so. You know, I did what I could, but it still wasn't enough. I have the right to finally give up. No. Not yet. I will not give up. I'll just take a breather.
2 days, 48 hours.
Huh? What?
That's how long I can wait before I have to fly away. I could also break all the rules. More unprocedural. Big Poville and Crouchers are set off here. One life above the other. And most likely condemn us all. Unless I'm inclined to do so.
Of course you wouldn't let me die in peace. I can handle. I will not give up. I did it. I did it, Astrogator. Too bad you can't hear me. Oh, wow. I don't believe my eyes. Bones of some prehistoric reptile. And coal deposits, I assume. Finally, we have proof. There was life on the surface of Regis 3. Millions of years ago. But for some reason now there's nothing. Not even bacteria or viruses. I'm starting to suspect that someone or something forces life into the water. Perhaps preventing it from moving ashore. If so, I think it's still happening today. The question is, have I encountered this thing already? You never seem to get tired, Novik. I hear you more and more. Does that mean I'm close? Even more fossils. And without comms. No one will even know about this discovery if I'm stuck here. Unless HQ sends another expedition. Then they will find those bones along with mine. Novik, do I really hear you? Or is my mind playing tricks on me?
I don't know.
Me too. What if something's waiting out there for me? Something that caused my fall? No. Don't Don't hesitate. I will die if I stay here. A way out. Astrogator, I'm close. Damn it. I was sure he would hear me this time. I'm coming! Astrogator, I'm here. Over.
Finally! Yes, you can't even imagine. It's really good to hear your voice again, Doctor.
Sir, I've heard you all the way.
Yes, are you saying... What's that? Yes, are you there? Do you copy? What kind of deadly shit is this? Doctor, what are you talking about?
There's something here. It looks like a machine. It grind a hole in the wall. And now it's marching on these kind of crab legs.
You must evacuate immediately.
It sounds like you know what it is, sir.
Well, I have my suspicions. One of the flagship machines of the Alliance would match the description.
I think it's moving away from me.
Excellent. Don't stop yet, though. The greater the distance between you and this machine, the better.
How is it possible that the Alliance machine got here before us?
I'd like to know myself. If our intel's incorrect and Invincible already landed on Regis 3, it would have a huge...
I can see a passage, but it doesn't look very... Shit!
What?
He's still here. I have to... I'm stuck. I can't move. Oh, it's coming at me.
Please stop.
It's getting closer. It's gonna crush me. I've got nowhere to run. I'm gonna die here after all.
Come in! Jasna, we must evacuate you. I'm getting parameters, pulse, saturation. Please confirm you're there.
I'm okay. The probe did something. As if... I don't know.
I saw the readings, gave a distress signal, and then followed a series of directives that I can implement. Currently, it does not respond to commands.
I'll check on it. I guess it's busted for good. Cursed crab. Oh, the hatch fell down.
Probably from the registry. Can you get the record?
Let's see. You guessed right, sir. The Alliance is indeed already on the planet. They even managed to set up a field base.
How could headquarters have got it so wrong? According to intelligence, the Invincible was not due to arrive for another 14 days.
I guess we should ask them back home. And that's me. Wow. It
really did almost flatter me. Probe. It distracted the antimat.
You say that as if it did it on purpose.
How else to explain it?
Coincidence?
I don't believe in such coincidences, Astrogator. Not much left of it.
The probe was broadcasting a while ago, so maybe we can save its call.
Hot. You could say that since I found the probe, I haven't been alone.
I'm sorry, Lesnar. Maybe it can still be rebuilt. Anyway, you're not entirely alone.
I feel like I've lost another companion. My last one.
You still have me.
Not down here. Okay. It cooled down.
Are you talking about the probe call?
Well, they say in order to win over a person, you have to steal their heart. But the key is to get their brain.
You... No, that's just a metaphor.
Anatomically incorrect and highly overused, yes. Okay. Time to get out of here.
Oh, not good. You simply don't get a break.
What is it this time?
Stormfront is approaching your location.
Now of all times.
I know, Doctor. But please muster up a little more strength. Let's not forget that the Alliance is in the vicinity.
Wait a minute. Do you have any specific expectations of me? Since I'm nearby their troops.
It's hard to call them specific. We need to learn more.
You're missing the most important thing, sir. We still have to save Gorski. I don't know what your silence means.
I was going to tell you later. I'm really sorry.
What?
His readings...
No. You don't have to finish. I understand.
You did what you could.
No. I did what I thought was right.
Come on, Doctor. He didn't die due to lack of oxygen. He bled out, likely from the fall.
Enough! I've heard enough. By the way, how long have we been out?
The longest 20 minutes of my life, give or take.
For me, it felt like eternity. I was beginning to hallucinate from the stress. Oh, damn it! The storm's getting worse. Astrogator. on their vehicle.
Transport?
No, a rover. There isn't a living soul here.
Are you sure? Please take a look around.
There's no one inside either. The equipment looks undamaged, though. But no one's coming out at me. I'm all alone. I could have helped him after all.
What? What are you talking about?
I could have left him that fucking tank. Another one was just around the corner. What a cruel joke.
That's absurd. There's no way of knowing.
The engine started.
Then what are you waiting for? Leave this cursed place. Are you driving?
I'm going. Please talk to me. Maybe that will calm me down. Oh, shit! It hit the bonnet!
Don't worry. Even if it hits the rover directly, you'll come out unscathed. Yeah, the vehicle is kind of a Faraday cage. The energy will flow through the body, discharge into the ground.
I'm not worried. I'm a goddamn oasis of peace. And there are exceptions, you know. Such as the windshield shattering at high voltages. Doesn't stress me out at all.
I remember a mission on E5. At that time I was still a coordinator, but the crew was quite similar. Chemist, cyberneticist, a doctor, engineer and a physicist. Simple reconnaissance mission. But there was a miscalculation and we crashed the rocket. Then we put it back together. From whatever was on hand. It's quite a machine. A true Frankenstein's monster, so to speak. Even more terrifying were the creatures we found on the surface of Eden.
Oh, wait. Creatures? You are making this up, aren't you, sir?
Not at all. I was indeed on a mission to Eden. However, I might have exaggerated a bit.
Damn it! I'm having trouble finding the right way.
You've got to head southwest.
How am I supposed to know where southwest is? I don't have a... I'm riding into a cave. The storm has subsided. found a place to hide.
A Faraday cage?
That's not it. I left the structures behind. It's an ordinary rock formation.
Even better. You have to catch your breath eventually. Can I ask for one thing? Could you find the model number of the rover?
What for?
I've got an idea, but it depends on the model.
Emmett 2001. Could that be it?
Let me see. Bingo. Emmets are equipped with a black box. Please find it.
I have the box, but it's all locked up.
Really? They must have changed the equipment because I have no information about a key.
Where did you even get a catalogue of their gear from, sir? And anyway, it doesn't matter. What should I do?
1 second. I need to think. Don't know if this can help. But the Alliance labels black boxes as data lockers. Eureka. Cable access. Look for something resembling a socket, a plug.
I think I have something like that.
Then you can connect to the probe's brain there. And presto.
It won't work. These inputs are not compatible with Commonwealth plugs.
On the outside, our equipment is different, but inside we have the same guts, so to speak. The cable on the back of the box should already fit.
Same guts, hey? Just like with humans. Okay, it's in.
Just a moment. Well done, Doctor. I'm receiving a signal.
So, what now?
You can finally rest. It'll take me a while to dig through all the records.
The rover was connected to a base.
The one from the slides?
Most probably. No one is transmitting from the base.
I'd suggest you lie down. The storm's raging.
It may not be that simple. I'm too tired to sleep.
Yeah, I know that paradox all too well. Can I help you somehow?
If we talk, maybe I'll finally fall asleep.
Naturally. Anything specific in mind?
Yes, actually. I wasn't able to report it earlier, but I found fossils underground.
Fossils?
Based on my brief observations, they belong to lizard-like creatures.
Really? That means that something lived on this sterile rock. Please forgive the question, but are you sure?
Well, I didn't imagine them, did I? I don't know. It felt real.
Why don't I try to find some confirmation in the Alliance data? For now, let's talk about something else. Instead of getting ahead of ourselves. A more light-hearted subject, perhaps.
I wonder why I even applied for this job. It's probably because when I was 3 years old, my father and I stepped out into the garden to gaze at the stars, and I cried. Stupid, right?
Were you afraid of the dark?
Sort of. It felt like I was falling upwards, being pulled in by the starry sky. The cosmos turned out to be so infinitely vast, and I was so infinitely small. And I didn't understand any of it. Why am I here? Why is everything here? What is it for? I couldn't find an answer. So I cried.
Right. You became an astronaut because the cosmos terrifies you.
No. Because someday I want to understand. Or at least find as many answers as possible. And finally stop being afraid.
You won't come close to knowing everything. Trust me.
I'm not fooling myself. Someday maybe I'll just know enough. I'm reminded of one of the solutions to the Fermi paradox. We can't find evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations. Not because they don't exist, but because our comprehension is limited to the human perspective. We instinctively imagine aliens as little green men, repainted Homo sapiens. Meanwhile, they may not possess any of the characteristics we attribute to them. According to the solaristic hypothesis, we will not recognize the creations of an alien civilization, even if they're right in front of us.
Are you suggesting this is what we're dealing with on Regis 3?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I won't know.
Feel helplessness speaking through you. I'm not saying this reproachfully. I know the feeling all too well. At times I also feel utterly powerless. Even as a commander, perhaps especially as a commander, of a mission.
Maybe the Alliance knows more, since we know nothing. Either way, the bar's set low.
The Doctor unaware that the Commonwealth has its shortcomings. Budget constraints, unclear directives, excessive bureaucracy. However, I've faced the forces of the Alliance many times in my non-public career. Objectively, I can't say that they are any better. Once they abandoned one of their military vehicles because it simply got stuck in the mud. Another time one of our guys was on a tractor and... Not good. Don't get a break.
What is it this time?
Stormfront approaching the location.
Wait. Astrogator, can you explain to me what I'm hearing right now?
This is a recording from the rover. The Alliance has apparently broken the encryption of our radio channel.
Oh, bollocks. So what do we do?
We need to change the frequency and encryption key.
What's the point? As soon as you give me a new channel, they will overhear us and change it as well.
Just look at the probe's brain.
Luna? What's with...
All you have to do is watch it closely. I'm switching now. Waiting for you to join.
Oh, I see. The new frequency is... Okay, the channel is active. Now the encryption key. The first 3 digits of the cipher are... The next is...
Yes, sir?
I'm here.
Well done. That should buy us some time.
So, how should we continue?
Don't you need more time to rest?
I do. But there's no way I'm going to sleep now. Besides, nothing's stopping me anymore. The storm has subsided.
All right. Let's not risk evacuating directly from the city. Should be safer outside its perimeter. I took the liberty of looking through the photos of the nearby area. Everything north and east of your location looks relatively safe. All you have to do is move away from this cluster of metal.
So, should I go back to the ship?
That's an odd question. Of course you should come back. Now even more than ever. Very concerned for your safety, Doctor.
No need to be. I'm fine. Astrogator, I think I've gone far enough. There is a vast open area in front of me. The city is no longer visible. We need to decide what to do next. Dragonfly, over? Are you there?
Yes, please excuse me. I was in the infirmary. Is the coast clear?
Yep, all clear.
Good. Give me a moment. I'm looking at the satellite images.
Have you examined Merritt's body yet?
I wired her brain to a grave tapper, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, that's what I meant. Have you watched the memory recording?
Yes, but they didn't say anything because the picture is ambiguous. To put it mildly, a lot of black dots. The graininess of the image is extremely bad. All right, I've got it. Sector AZ-25... Let's say AZ-2504. Please check if it's fit to land.
Like I said, it looks good. Clear opening, flat terrain.
Excellent. Please go there while I prepare the lander. I'll just pack Artie inside.
So that's it. You're taking me to the Dragonfly. We're flying away from here for good.
We have no other choice, Doctor. At this stage of the mission, we can only minimize losses. You understand that, don't you? Yes, sir?
I wasn't keen on this mission from the start. We were supposed to return a long time ago. And that's what I want. I want all of us to return home, dead or alive.
Please remember, we have just one lander left. As a commander, I must first ensure your safe return. Only then I'll send Artie with other tasks.
Won't need the lander, Astrogator.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean, sir. I'm not coming back.
Yes, sir. This is sheer madness. You're heading straight to the enemy base.
This is the only way I can find out what's going on here. What happened to our people? I have several hours of travel ahead of me.
You can still turn back.
No. And if you try to convince me otherwise, I'll just turn the radio off.
Fine. I'll stop insisting. Please just understand the position you put me in. As a commander, now I have to decide whether to risk detection by the Alliance. Because by putting yourself in their hands, you're risking not only your own life,
I totally understand. Can't you wait a few more hours? I still need your support, sir.
Yeah. And I still want to be here to help you. Please don't turn off your radio. I'm not going anywhere. They're approaching their coordinates. Yes, now.
Yes?
I understand that no matter what I say, it won't change your mind. But please be careful. First, observe them from a distance, and only then take action.
I will be cautious. Like always. Just because I'm acting against your orders doesn't mean I intend to be foolish, sir.
It's comforting in its own way that even in an act of insubordination, you want to remain professional. I'll let you know when you cross their perimeter. Once you've crossed, hide the rover. Behind a bend, or under a ledge. Telemetry observation will be vital. Once we know the camp's weaponry situation, we'll decide what to do next.
Copy that. Hey! What was that?
I've set up a warning signal. Now you're near enough that they can see the rover.
Whilst traversing this planet, I'm becoming more and more convinced that what I know is not the same as what exists. What can exist.
I must admit it's an interesting thought, but quite disturbing.
Okay, the rover's hidden.
You've yet to find a convenient hideout for yourself, from where you can see their base.
Some object is flying over their base.
Can you tell me more?
It's 15, 20 meters high. It has an upright silhouette, and it looks like a balloon.
It could be a balloon.
And that doesn't surprise you?
Not everything that flies needs jet engines. What markings does it have?
RB1. What does it mean?
It's an ID number. Denotes an advanced scout balloon. How far from you is it?
Around 400.
Not as far as I would like it to be. Might have you within camera range.
Oh, shit. I think I'm too far away. It's a field base. Multi-module. For about several dozen people. Rather well equipped. There's lots of transporters here.
I'm not surprised. Missions with a large crew, transport modules were an integral part of the field camp.
Remind me, how many crew members were they supposed to send on the Invincible?
Over 100.
Great. They have a second antimat. As if the first one wasn't enough.
Is it active?
Probably not, but Proton alone knows.
What about people? Can you see anyone?
Not yet. Maybe they're hiding in modules. I see someone.
Just one?
For now, yes.
Is that all?
I think so.
Then please keep going. We can assume that their equipment has already detected your presence. Or it will soon enough. There's no point in further postponing the inevitable.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a waste of time.
Judging by your observation, this is a research camp, not a military one, which increases your chance of survival and decreases the likelihood of detecting the dragonfly. I don't know about you, but this is a valuable piece of information for me. Most likely lose contact soon. So let me be clear. Your situation is highly precarious. You cannot trust the Alliance or expect them to be willing to help. If things don't go our way, I'll do everything in my power to negotiate your safe return to the Commonwealth. Worst case scenario, we'll opt for a prisoner exchange. Until then, please cooperate with them. And during the interrogation, don't resist. Astrobiologists generally do not possess information that's sensitive to the Commonwealth. At worst, you'll give away the details of our last mission. Of course, it'd be better if that didn't happen, but I know their methods of interrogation, and in all fairness, they're very effective.
Astrogator, I believe in the face of a common threat, we'll find a common language, and we can simply cooperate, pushing political animosities aside.
I hope you're right, Doctor. But even if we disregard decades of mutual enmity, we must keep in mind human nature. Homo homini lupus. Just because you want to talk to them doesn't mean they'll listen. I'd rather expect they'll be asking the questions and you'll be answering them. What?
There's no one here. Nobody.
Possible. Even if there aren't many of them in the camp, someone would have noticed you.
I'm not blind, sir. There's really no one here.
Don't get out yet. Could be some kind of trick.
Not a living soul.
Better for your safety if they make the first move. If you really don't see anyone. All right then. Enter the base. Just slowly, with your hands up.
I'm going. What have I got to lose anyway?
Your life, Doctor.
I'm going in. Clear. For now. I can't hear anyone either. Moving on. Still quiet. It's eerie. I'm entering the next module. I guess it's a biolab. I'm at the central module. In the headquarters.
You walked in, just like that.
Yeah, the doors were open.
Unbelievable, just unbelievable.
Empty. Everywhere, just empty.
It's baffling. Who abandons an entire base?
I have a record of their mission. Each step, location, units, including dates.
I'm all ears.
Day 0, landing place. Their main ship's in sector AQ-28.
The Invincible? What? They didn't move it?
Seems so.
I'll try to track it down. Please tell me what else is in there.
Like us, they became interested in the ocean. They got there on the 7th day.
Quite late.
Guess they weren't in a hurry. Before setting up this base, they were stationed not far from here, but seemed very determined to reach this area. They dug a vast system of tunnels.
When did they finally get here?
On the 15th day of the mission. They conducted research and during excavations found, you won't guess, metal structures.
So we had no chance to outrun them.
Yeah. And they were already at an advanced stage of works when we were still in orbit. In the end, they sent a convoy to a neighboring sector.
So that was their last move.
Well, there's no information about their return. Maybe I'll find them there.
Highly probable. Do you know what the current day of their mission is?
They left on the 25th day. That's all I know. Well, I can't back out now. I have to follow them.
Well, it's your decision. Although I admit I'm also starting to wonder what you'll find.
People, Astrogator. They must be somewhere.
I'm sending a satellite. Soon I'll have an image of the area where the ship landed. We'll see if the Invincible's still there.
I'll continue to search their base. On the 24th day, they sent a convoy north to the sector. Oh, to the sector where I found Gorski.
You suspect they went after him, having detected his signal?
Oh, surely they could detect him. They could have detected all of us. But would they really do something about it?
Well, for some reason they left their base. I'm assuming that has something to do with it.
Astrogator, this doesn't make any sense. You can't just wrap up the whole operation. Anyway, the first thing they would take were vehicles and equipment. Only the people are missing here. Force field's down. I opened the passage. We can follow the convoy route now.
When you're ready, Doctor. One more minute, and our satellite will be over their ship. Oh, we're lucky. Clouds are low. Fortunately, their ship's not here. Neither there, or...
Are you still looking?
Not here either. Ah, bingo.
Yes?
Found it. They're still on the planet. Didn't fly away.
Good to know. Thank you. They've got a device for intercepting alarm signals. There isn't much of it. Single record. Poor guy. He's dead. Waited help for over a day. Critically low blood saturation. He died of hypoxia. At the time of his death, he was...
Yasna, is it necessary? This information will no longer
somewhere
help
near
anyone.
the city. 18561.
754. Yes. Skorsky. I'm sorry.
You lied to me. You lied how he died.
I knew you would blame yourself.
Well, of course I do. I could have saved him. Left him that fucking tank. Why didn't you let me?
I made the right decision, Yasna. Given the circumstances and our knowledge at the time, there was a high risk your sacrifice would kill you both.
Fuck. We let him die.
No, Yasna. As I said, I made the call, not you.
It would be easier to think so, but I can't. One more thing. I realize we still need to work together. So, I'll submit my reports as usual. But that doesn't mean everything's fine.
Understood, Doctor. I appreciate your professionalism.
Several units can be controlled from here. I wonder which... I got the feed. But I can't get it to move. It's got a weak signal. Must be too far away. Ah, damn. One's unavailable.
Probably out of reach, or they took it.
One is a flying unit. Some sort of probe.
Flying over the base.
Correct.
Can you extract data from it?
Sure. Never too much data. Especially in the current situation. I just need to find a place to land it. I have a feeling we're in the dark. We have to find a way.
Agreed. You should move on.
That's not quite what I meant. But yeah, I probably should. They had the opportunity to study organisms preserved in the ocean. They found the same species of fish.
Did they confirm the similarity to those on Earth?
Yes, lots of similarities. Apart from one. I've never seen anything like this. They discovered a new organ. Even managed to run some tests already. According to their conclusions,
Yes?
it detects electromagnetic waves. That's why those fish were swimming away from our probe.
In other words, they've come across probes or something similar before. Something that threatened them.
Could guess her. In order to develop such an organ, they must have had a strong external stimulus. They detect the waves to survive. It started rotting.
It?
The fish.
In a bacteria-free environment? How so?
All living organisms serve as breeding grounds for bacteria. And there were both fish and humans in here. No longer alive. The scientists excavated some animal remains and reconstructed their hypothetical appearance. I found similar remains underground, right after finding Gulski. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or not. Now there's no doubt. So long ago, reptilian organisms roamed the surface of Regis 3. I could spend all day here if I could.
I'm not surprised, Doctor.
Still, nothing. It looks like a geology lab. One of these diagrams shows a geological cross-section. As suspected, it's all metal below the surface, of relatively thin layers of rock. But compared to the rest of the continent, the deposits in this region are significantly younger. The range of their ground measurements covers a much wider area. To my eye, it seems they used advanced sonar. What they dug up here stretches for tens of kilometers.
What do you mean? What's in the ground, Doctor?
Metal deposits. Those structures. We still don't know where they came from. In such a peculiar form. They conducted a soil survey, 500 meters deep.
Oh, that's a big piece of history, so to speak. What did they find?
Millions of years ago, life was abundant on the planet.
That would match our assumptions.
Yeah. Subdelta 92 class planets have very favorable conditions for the development of a biosphere.
So what happened? Did they draw any conclusions?
According to them, the extinction of life was caused by a supernova explosion.
The ground activity does not indicate...
It happened long ago. Longer than we anticipated. They've dated this event to 10 million years ago.
Only this one? The supposed end of Lyran's civilization?
Well, that's never been proven. There was practically no trace of them.
All right. What happened after?
Life was slowly recovering, but never returned to the pre-supernova peak.
Not enough time?
No. At first, it developed quickly, but then slowed down and declined.
Because another disaster?
Astrogator, the change in the biosphere development curve coincides with the occurrence of ferruginous clays.
This whole metal contraption, do I understand correctly?
Yes. I don't know what that has to do with it, though. Metals are really not that dangerous. The radioactive deposits marked here are not a definitive obstacle for life either. The biosphere has the ability to perfectly adapt, develop defense mechanisms, and fight back effectively.
Well, unless the planet is hit by a supernova wave.
Yes. Such sudden events leave no time for adaptation. Even if we assume that these metals were lethal to organic life, that extinction shouldn't last forever. And yet, life never again developed beyond the waters.
Does this mean another Dominator has appeared on the land? Or one that leaves no trace behind?
Therein lies the rub. The Alliance have conducted a great deal of research. That they haven't found a logical explanation for this phenomenon is, to put it mildly, disturbing. Clearly, we're dealing with something beyond our comprehension. And I mean human comprehension in general. Unbelievable. Not only do we know nothing about their origin, but the arrangement of these deposits is sort of puzzling. A ring system with a distinct center. The center of it is under the city. Huh. The one I escaped from.
So their presence there had nothing to do with us?
Looks like it.
Did they determine the entity's function? Origin? Anything?
Well, it's hard to say. There's nothing here about it. This base stands on the outer ring. The silhouette I saw.
Yes?
It's just a robot. When you admire a beautiful view, an hour seems like a minute. But a minute on a hot stove will seem longer than an hour.
Does Regis 3 feel like a hot stove?
Sometimes. I heard that the difference between past, present, and future is nothing but a persistent illusion.
That's a quote, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it came to mind. What now? I should move. Oh, there's no time. Access to the base is protected by a force field.
If these are Dirac emitters, and I'm sure they are, nothing will get through. Is there an opening from the other side?
I'll see. I'm leaving the base. Going after the convoy. Down you go, oh bright sun. Time to let the night in. For my legs are heavy. The field is not inviting. Legs become too heavy. Hands become too weary. Down you go, oh bright sun. Night is not that scary. Hide behind the dark woods while we're running barefoot. I found a flying saucer. It landed near the excavation site.
Don't risk trying to fly it, Jasper. Nothing guarantees it works.
I didn't even... Contrary to what you believe, sir, I don't have a death wish. Have you gone, buddy? Astrogator, one of the robots moved away from the perimeter. It stands all by itself, on a distant hill. It's active, I guess. Doesn't it know how to get back?
Do you think it's worth investigating?
I guess everything's worth investigating now. I've driven into a side location. They were very active here too. obtaining research material from the walls surrounding the valley. Cutting out blocks of rock.
Were they performing geological research?
Not necessarily. In these blocks, there are inorganic objects. Solid, metal, sharp-edged lumps.
Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood.
Attention. Human in danger. Attention. Help needed.
It's broadcasting a message. One of their people is in trouble.
Sounds suspicious. Did they go away and leave someone behind? Doesn't add up.
Robot, do you understand me? He's not responding.
The robots are called Arctans.
Ah. Arctan, answer me. Over.
I confirm. Over.
Oh, you can talk to them after all. Arctan, lead to the human in danger. It worked. The robot moved.
Status? What's new?
Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5. Astrogator, we can't help this man anymore. He died a long time ago. Surprisingly long. I found his journal.
Anything of importance in there?
Let's find out.
Yes, no? Everything's all right?
Yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something...
I'll report it. No worries, sir. Some personal notes. Nothing useful to us. This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're going to take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
One step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Well, I've got to the place where they were digging. It's hard to miss. They set up a huge machine at the center. It must weigh thousands of tons. The ship that brought all of this must be...
Gigantic, yes. The Invincible surpasses any of our units, even the largest orbital stations. In my opinion, it's a bit excessive.
Well, for me, it's quite impressive.
That was exactly their goal, to impress. Such giants aren't very practical, though. I would even say that the larger the ship, the bigger the problems.
There's also a couple of smaller cranes here. In comparison to the Colossus, they look like it's pups.
Yes, I got it. They are big machines. Bigger than ours.
The excavator has a massive work area. They had photos of the site in the database, taken before they started digging. It's unrecognizable. Inside, there's a structure. Yes, a metal one. Similar to the ones on the surface. But these are completely hidden underground. According to the schemes from the geological unit, metal can be found in every part of this area. Interesting. They found a sizable object deep underground. Stands out from the rest. It's not a part of the structures, but rather an independent, autonomous machine.
Also metal?
Yes.
So, a robot? Or something else that finally looks familiar?
Well, it looks a lot more like a robot than the other structures. Two modules were placed nearby. The first one looks residential. Yasna, focus. What now?
How far to that convoy?
Not far. Even if I make a few stops, it won't take long. The second one is a mobile laboratory. They excavated a lot of different objects, in terms of shape and size. I tried to arrange them somehow, to classify them.
Were they successful?
It looks promising. If they had spent a little more time, they would surely have come up with something.
And yet they gave up all efforts.
should move. Oh, there's no time.